How do you know which one is best? If you're like me and you have different skin than you did 20 years ago, if you have fine lines and maybe, a couple of wrinkles, you want the best makeup for the best price. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So if that's something that interests you, stay tuned. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Tamara and this is Reimagine 50 Plus, where I like to talk about things that are kind of specific to us gals that are in our 50s and 60s. I like to look at things a little differently than the way I did when I was in my 30s and 40s. And today I am doing just that because I have always worn some type of foundation due to my career. I was a motivational speaker and a corporate trainer, so I usually wore a full face of makeup every day. And I had learned what was the best for me in my 30s and 40s. I did a lot of traveling and I had different facial issues, skin issues, if you will. So today, what I want to look at is how my skin has changed since I turned 50 and how it continues to change. It is definitely drier. That was shocking for me because I grew up with very oily skin. Started going to a dermatologist when I was about 14, I think my mom started taking me. So I've always had some sort of, I don't know if you'd say skin issue, but definitely concerns. And when I started wearing makeup in my 20s, then I had to focus on those types of needs. So today it's going to be all about mature skin, and definitely one of the issues that we face as we try to find a foundation that works for us is something that won't accentuate the fine lines and some of the life lines, wrinkles that we've acquired as we age. So what I wanted to do was share with you my top 4 picks, and I have a variety of price points for you. So today I'm going to start with the least expensive, the biggest surprise of the bunch, and I am going to show you how I apply it. At the end of the day, I have taken a photo of how it looks at the end of the day. So the first thing we're going to talk about today is the least expensive, and this comes in at $5 or less a bottle. And it's JOAH. It comes with a dropper, which makes it pretty convenient. It's very liquidy, and it needs to be applied either with a damp sponge or with a makeup brush, which is my preferable method. So the way I applied it for our purposes was with my normal routine, which was with my foundation brush. So it goes on smoothly, it wears well, and you can't beat the price. And I'm just going to start off with a little bit. So I'm not going to do any correction on my face. I'm just going to leave it as it is so that you can see how it covers. So I'm going to start here. Okay, so that's the JOAH, and I don't want to do a lot of makeup because I want you to see the actual foundation, and what we're really focusing on is fine lines and a foundation that doesn't get caught into our wrinkles but looks smooth, and I'll say hides, but you know, there's really no hiding unless you want to go have some work done, and that's a lot more expensive than this bottle of foundation because this runs around $5 by Alcone. And this particular makeup is a combination of 2 that I ordered. Now this one was middle of the road not quite the most expensive foundation that I have purchased, but by the time I bought the 2 colors, because I wasn't sure which color I needed, and I also went with their suggestion of a spray primer, I spent about $100. It was $36 for each of the foundations, and then it was an extra $28. So right around $100 for the kit, if you will. And because I ordered the 2, I was able to go ahead and get their little compact that you put them in. And so really, at the end of the day, I just have the 1 set. And this particular makeup was easy to apply, and I will tell you this, a very little goes a long way, and you'll see that as I demonstrate it. And I have nothing on my face right now. This morning when I got up and washed my face, I did put a moisturizer serum on, but other than that, I don't have any kind of concealer or anything. And the reason is I wanted to use a primer that they suggest. So we're gonna just dab the brush, and I have a buffing brush that I use if necessary, so we'll see if I need it. I'm just going to touch on the other one and then grab a little bit so you can see about how much I have on the brush, maybe a little bit more than that. Okay, and then I'm going to start by just placing it before I do any rubbing in of it. First, and sort of place it and then go back and rub it in. Well, I say rub it in, I'm just sort of buffing it around. I'm not really trying to rub it into my skin, although it is designed to lay down nicely amongst the wrinkles and fine lines. And that's been the whole point of this, is to just share the makeups that I've been using as my skin has gotten drier and doesn't respond to some of the makeups that I have used in the past. Now, I have a lot of red through here, and this seems to cover it pretty well. Now, I should also add that the LimeLife foundation is considered a professional foundation, which means that a lot of makeup artists and other professional level makeup applications are using the LimeLife. So it's got great wearability, and when you master that it doesn't take very much, then you're able to do that building up as needed. Some days coming in at the most expensive foundation that I own. So this is Dior Backstage, and it has light diffusing properties. Let me, first of all, let me show you how it comes out in little droplets. And so for this, I really do need to use my foundation brush. But after I get it on, I'm going to use my buffer. So again, this is a pretty pale color. I have the Mally primer on very lightly, and I also have some of that red showing today. So we'll see how this covers. I do have my IT red busting powder for over if I need it. Sort of middle of the road. It was not the most expensive foundation, although I did buy 2. And that's because I ordered this EXI from the UK. And I really wasn't sure what color I needed. It's a little tricky when you're just looking at those color swatches, but I lucked out. And what I did is I went light that I thought was my winter color. And then I went just up one shade, but then within the same tone as what I normally wear. So I purchased EXI 2.0 and 3.0. And I thought between that, I could maybe get 3 shades a lot. So these run about $20 a bottle. I believe I did pay shipping because it was coming from the UK. So that added up a little bit of the expense. And as you'll see as I show you the video where I actually apply it, it's very thick and a little goes a long way. I definitely needed to use my foundation brush as well as use my buffer afterwards. So it's oil-free. And as I said, it's very thick. So when it's going on, you don't really feel like it's an oil-free product. It feels very comfortable. These days, I'm always looking for something that if I am going somewhere and I'm wearing my mask, it doesn't come off on the mask. So that's something to consider also. So I'm actually wearing it right now, and it dries down so that you don't feel like you have a lot on. So it's pretty thick. I sprayed on a very light primer, and I'm going to use my brush. And I did put some mascara on, but other than that, I don't have anything on my face. So I hope this has been helpful for you. Now, I just wanted to say that I don't normally do a lot of makeup tutorials. And if that is something that you are looking for, I would like to recommend someone that I have been watching. I think she's lovely. She does a great job, and that's really the focus of her whole channel. Her name is Kimberly, and her channel is Pretty Over 50. And I think that you will really enjoy her channel. I've never met her, but I think I like her a lot. And I would just like to, share her channel with you now. And I will put a link down below so that you can find her easily. So anyway, I hope you've liked this. If so, give it a thumbs up. You know the drill. And if you haven't subscribed, I would love to have you come on aboard. I put a video out every Thursday. And again, it ranges from the topic of things that are for our health, things that we should be paying more attention to over the age of 50, and also things that we should still be doing to have a little fun in our life. So that being said, I will see you next Thursday. Take care. Bye-bye.